you're not gonna ask me how much I weigh and so on. Sometimes I get that often, so I was just like, oh, Eric, we're not gonna ask. He's kind of normal enough. So don't know in English, like a second cousin, so a second auntie was actually ballet dancer.
Right.
So I saw my uncle's wedding, she danced ballet. And then I just thought, oh my God, this is something I never seen. And I was curious. But then my mom always enjoyed watching any kind of dance, from flamenco to ballet to any kind of dance. So she wanted to take me to a ballet. And I saw Romeo and Juliet was Royal Ballet, and that was it.
Right.
I wanted actually doing that without talking, without anything, because I was like, so Western people dancing, but then like, I don't understand English, but like, you don't need to. Right. And that was kind of magical to actually watch them dance, but I could understand them. That was like a magic. That was my beginning.
How old were you?
Well, I was like maybe like 6, somewhere there. And I really asked my mom to look for ballet school straight away, so around that time. But I remember like I couldn't sit still. It was so fascinating. And it was the first time I went to this huge theater, it was a full orchestra. So for me, it was an experience like I never had. So I remember I was like this. And that, I always like when I became professional dancer, I really wanted that kind of feeling that if audience can feel the same I did. That was my always ultimate goal, that the audience will be so into what I do that something give you an experience. Culture-wise, I think I really do feel matters. It's a bit tricky to say, but I think what I have actually experienced with my audience and my friends that experience ballet first time in their life, there's something never imagined to feel, and everyone's like, ballet is difficult. Ballet is only for rich people. What if you have to know ballet? But I think what I have getting to know what people experience, not just myself, because I love what I do, but I think it does actually, my friends always, it's like a medicine. Go into the theater, nowadays, cut your telephone, you escape, and then escape to the world that we create.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in a sense, yes, I think it matters, or I would say that it's important for the world that they can really go into the theater, have certain manners, and I think it's also like how it was in Russia and all the time that people have, it was such a big event.
Yeah.
Not like that now, but I think it's such a nice to just go out from the everyday world to escape to.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in that sense, maybe matters. Now, because I'm already ready to start my new career, I never thought I would complete out of ballet. But I think because what I've been done all my life is that, in a way, very shallow. The school education isn't good at all, and I didn't go to high school. But I think for me, it's not like going away from ballet, but because I have learned, it's such in a way special skill that I learned. And then now that, being a dancer, it's been like you have to be selfish. You have to think about yourself. And that I learned more that I had to combine between the mother and the stuff. But I think that now I've been finished my career, which I'm no words of saying any bitterness or unhappiness. I just very content, and I can use that to help others that need the guidance.
Yeah.
So I feel like I am kind of my new job to actually help others that with my knowledge. So I never thought of doing completely different. I think because if I had like left bitterly or I had enough of what I'm doing, maybe I really want to go away from it. And even now, I don't have anything bad, so I just want to keep going that good energy to help others instead than thinking about my career. It was probably that time was the pound was expensive, the most expensivest school in the world. So they sold many things for me, everything like house and yeah. And they were put their life almost on hold. They moved back to my like an old house they had, for me to actually survive to live in London. So I have to actually. That's probably why I always, without no one telling me, I had the pressure that I couldn't fail. I have to succeed on my dream. Only time, not actually about ballet, but when I got bullied. Then I was like, came from a really small school and I was kind of protected. So I went to kind of Royal Ballet School when, you just kind of don't imagine the dirty side of ballet, So that was one thing that I didn't actually even thought when I left Japan.
You must have been a teenager then.
15. And then like it was just so strangely, like for me I was bullied by Japanese. So that for me was even more shocker, Then I was kind of not prepared, but if I was so different from the people from Europe, like they think I'm, different. But they're like coming from like even like the same city, and I thought we could be not best friend necessarily, but we could support each other. And then I got really bullied. That was for me was like, oh God, this is kind of whoa, this is kind of real world it is. That was kind of a wake up moment. And my dad actually wanted me to come home, but my mom said, like you put us in a like kind of a situation that we have done everything for you, and that was, we never pushed you. You wanted to leave, and this is something that you just kind of like, this is what it is. So that was kind of maybe like, wow, this is ballet. First time I felt homesick when I came here. I went to Switzerland for 8 months, went to London, not often homesick, because when you're young, everything is like exciting. But when you become suddenly professional, you don't have a teacher with you. And then I remember for like when I joined the company for 2 months, like, oh, it was really hard, like homesick. No, it just suddenly you're alone there. And that time, you know, when you're in Switzerland, when I was much later than I left, but still there was no internet, there was no free phone call, and already I knew that I was, you know, spending so much money on being in London, I could not just call every day.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's why one thing saved me was a fax. Remember fax?
Oh, yeah,
I wrote every day. It's like a diary. So my parents have a box of fax for all these years until maybe third year in the company, I still had a fax. But that was the cheapest way. I don't need to call, I just write and write and write, and it was there. But somehow, you know, I really, because what actually they taught me in 3 years, I had amazing directors and coaches, and I had a wonderful performance experience, which I never taken away. But I wanted more newer things, newer trial, and that time I didn't have any rep. I know, okay, classical standard, it was nothing compared than here, but I could try everything. And if I wasn't happy, I can always audition, but, and I stayed. But also, of course, was also lucky not being injured almost at all. All my dancing career, maybe count 3, 4, you know. So that also, that, you know, like I say, like something big happened for many of our colleagues have huge doubt that I cannot dance anymore. Then it's a kind of give you a choice like, shit, what I'm gonna do. So luckily, longest time I was off was after I stopped going on stage. I was 5 months pregnant until I came back at IDO for 5 months. That was longest time off in my life, that being not dancing. I make a superpower, right? I always want, this is actually funny, it's not cheesy at all, because always I wanted, because a Japanese cartoon, it called Doraemon, have you seen it?
Yes.
The little robot, he have a magic pocket.
Right.
And he has a magic door. Room, you wish, you open, you're there. I want that door.